Here we are then, everybody. You join us at Silverstone International for round 11 of the touring cars, the sprint race of the evening, and it's lights out and away we go. And it looks like a very good start there from WSRCJ. Gets the perfect start from pole position, tucks it into the lead. Falguest there has got a decent start there in second place. He's got the Mustang sticking to his outside, although cuts back to the inside there as we see that Swiss Tony there going wide behind Grandad Steve, but ARTL there just behind them. You've got Aussie Albie in the just trying to hold it around the outside of Emo Guy there, coming through Aintree, and Simon Turner at the back in 9th place. But WSRCJ leads coming down the hanger straight here for the first time, as we see somebody wiping the cones out, coming down out into this part of the track, as we now see the Mutsnuts lining up a move here on Falguest, looking to the inside down towards Stowe Corner. Can the Mutsnuts get himself up into P2 here? Falguest is going to leave him the space on the inside, and the Mutsnuts is going to go for it. Here we go. Falguest is going to try and cling it around the outside. A little bit of contact there between the two of them, ever so close to major contact there between those two. And the Mutsnuts now trying to fend off Grandad Stee, and Stee ends up losing out to Falguest there, as Falguest initially lost the position to Steve's, now back down the inside for Club Corner up into 3rd place. So it's Tony there in the background of this, watching this unfold, waiting to get involved in the action if he can. ARTL, Emo Guy, Aussie Albie and Simon Turner rounding out the 9-car field here for this sprint race, as we see the Mutsnuts very wide there coming out the exit of Club Corner, and that's just lost his charge on Jay a little bit. These two battled it out for the win in the practice race that we had a few minutes ago, and they're currently 1 and 2 here right now. Falguest and Grandad were 3rd and 4th in that race. They're currently 3rd and 4th as it stands, but they'll be looking to try and hunt down the two leaders as quickly as they can. These two are the championship contenders, we must not forget that. So this is going to be very exciting to see how this one develops. And Swiss Tony there's watching this unfold. ARTL is looking down the inside here of Swiss Tony up towards Stowe Corner. Is he going to be able to complete this move? I think he is, you know. There we go, late on the brakes there. ARTL swoops up the inside. Can Swiss Tony get the cutback on him? Swiss Tony's going to execute the cutback beautifully there and gets himself straight back up into P5. Says thank you very much. And nicely done there from Swiss Tony. Telegraphed that very nicely indeed. Simon Turner there in 7th place has got ahead of Aussie Albie, and Emo Guy running in 9th place. Racing as a very late stand in reserve tonight, Emo Guy, so fair play to him for jumping in. Regardless of what result he gets tonight, you've got to give hats off to him for jumping in at the 11th hour here. But it's Jay leading by half a second ahead of the Mutsnuts at the moment. Falguest on the rear of these guys, bringing the gap down. Grandad Steve's being dragged along with him. But WSRCJ replicating the form that we've seen in the practice sessions, and he's clearly showing that he's got some pretty strong pace in this Megane. He's currently leading us out towards the hanger straight here for the 3rd time in this race. The Mutsnuts there in 2nd place, Falguest 3rd, there's Grandad Steve, Swiss Tony in 5th place with ARTL just behind them. This is a 6-car train battling over the lead essentially, although there's a little bit of a gap between. Actually, no, there's not really any gaps really. Grandad Steve's about a second or so ahead of Swiss Tony, but ARTL's trying to get ahead of Swiss Tony as quickly as he can in towards Stowe. Can't do it at the moment though. And Jay still leads this 4-car train in towards Vale. Simon Turner's leading a 3-car train battling over 7th place. They're a little way off the battle between Swiss and ARTL, 4th, 5th and 6th. But WSRCJ leading us over the line for the 4th time here in this race. This one, a 14-lap sprint race, no mandatory pit stop. Oh, the Mutsnuts ever so wide there, and Falguest just following him through. Falguest probing and pushing for a way around the Mutsnuts. Grandad needs to really finish ahead of Falguest if he is to keep his championship hopes alive. Already slim championship hopes. He really needs to be getting the results over Falguest in these last 4 races of the season. Last 2 rounds, 4 races, obviously 2 races per round. As we see Emo Guy now looking to the inside of Aussie Albie coming down the hanger straight. And is he going to be able to get this move done on the brakes? Aussie Albie trying to hold it around the outside. Emo Guy does get that move done up into 8th place. Beautifully done there from Emo Guy. WSRCJ leading the race by 0.6 of a second right now ahead of the Mutsnuts. Falguest in hot pursuit. Grandad Steve has got a good run out of Club Corner. I think he's got that move done on Falguest. Yes, he has. Tucks into 3rd place there. That's what Grandad Steve needs. He needs to gain points on Falguest. He needs to, small steps. Any points gained is better than nothing. Although Falguest getting ahead of Granasty. Granasty got a horrible run coming through Aintree, and Falgas says thank you very much, back up into P3. Swiss Tony there in 5th place, just out of ALTEL. They've got a bit of a gap back to Simon Turner and Emo Guy running in 7th and 8th places. Aussie Albie there running at the back, but WSR CJ still your race leader. He's still got the Nuts in hot pursuit as they're coming down the hanger straight for the 5th time, down towards Stowe once again. Granasty's very close on the back of Falgas here. Is he going to be able to make a move here? Coming into Stowe, he's going to throw one down the inside. Look at that! Oh my goodness me! He's got a little bit deep into the corner. Does he going to be able to clear that move? Falgas gets the cut back there. They're still side by side down towards Vale, but Falgas does get the cut back and gets himself back up into P3 there. And the Nuts tried a very ambitious move around the outside of WSR CJ there. It didn't quite come off. All over that curb there, you see Falgas in the background. Swiss Tony and AirTel still running in P5 and 6 at this point. Bit of a gap back to Simon Turner, Emo Guy and Aussie Albie. So here we are then, the Nuts trying to get ahead of, starting to stay ahead of Granasty here. But Steve once again ahead of Falgas. That's where he wants to be. Needs to gain points on his championship rival, as we said many times. Falgas could wrap up the title. If Falgas, I will do the calculations after this sprint race. I'll work out the points, as last week's standings aren't done. So, but the updated table that we got on the Discord server is actually 2 weeks old. So I'll work out last week's results and I'll work out what the difference is between the 2 championship contenders after this sprint race. But Nuts there tagging Jay in the back a little bit. Nuts couldn't find a way around WSR CJ in a practice race earlier on, and once again it's been a similar theme in this sprint race. Jay has been parking his car in all the right places, and the Nuts just has not seemed to be able to find a gap. These 4 guys coming out of the last corner, out onto the start finish once again. Absolutely nothing separating these drivers out on track at the moment. Imogai and Aussie Albie still battling it out. Simon Turner's pulled a bit of a gap to these guys over the last lap or so. Top 4 still separated by 9/10 of a second. It's so close between all of these guys here. Riding on the roof cam of Falgas, you saw there Granasty going ever so wide there out of Chapel, as we're now coming down towards Stowe Corner, and Granasty's got a great run here on the Nuts. Is he going to be able to complete this move here? Ooh, not quite. Nuts holding it around the outside. Very good driving there from Nuts. Granasty still can't find that gap. The Nuts is now having to defend as well as attack on WSR CJ, and it's preventing him from being able to challenge for the lead here. Falgas a massive lock up there, as we see the Nuts ever so wide there coming into Club Corner, as they're coming over the line once again. Lap 8 of 14 here, so we're half distance in this sprint race, and Jay has done the bit so far, has kept himself calm and composed, hasn't made any mistakes. The Nuts has been trying to force him into a mistake, but Jay's giving him nothing to go on. Oh, as we see Nuts very wide there onto the grass. And now you see Granasty having a look to the inside of the Nuts here, coming out over Chapel, and I think Falgas is going to follow there. Oh no! Oh my goodness me! Oh, Falgas is going to be... he's going to be hyperventilating after that. Oh my goodness me! Almost got taken out by the Nuts there, as the Nuts was losing the car. Falgas is going to be definitely saying his prayers after that. WSR CJ's got almost or just over a second of a gap here to Steve. On lap 8, coming towards the end of lap 8, Falgas now tucks it in behind the Nuts for the time being. But Granasty, as it stands, would gain 5 points on his championship rival. Could make all the difference at the end of the season. Again, we'll have to work out the point standings in between races. See Falgas here looking to the outside of the Nuts covering that one off. No way through at the moment. But WSR CJ still man in the race, and he's made no mistakes so far. He's kept it clean, took pole position in the qualifying session, showed he was the man to beat, and since we got going he has not looked back. Still holding the Nuts at bay, but the Granasty obviously getting ahead of the Nuts into second place And the Mutts Nuts has now got Falguest all over him, so he might lose the podium spot in a minute. Falguest having a look to the inside into Stowe, can't get it done. Steedo absolutely piling on the pressure on the back of WSRCJ as we're coming into Vale once again, and we see them Mutts Nuts having to defend from Falguest. Falguest having a look left and right, trying to get it around him, can't do it yet, as we see the Mutts Nuts ever so wide there. Coming out of Clubber onto the start finish once again. WSRCJ still has a slender lead in this race. Airtel is running in P5. He's losing a bit of time to the leaders, not massive though. He's pulling away from Swiss Tony, and Swiss Tony is keeping the gap around the same to Simon Turner. Emo guy there in 8th place is starting to get into a bit of a rhythm. I think it's been a while since he last raced touring cars on Project Cars, especially on the PlayStation. So he'll be taking a while to just get himself back into the flow of it. But I am sure that he will come on strong for this feature race coming up immediately after this. And WSRCJ and Granadsteed are side by side coming down towards Stowe Corner. Granadsteed's going to go for the lead here. Onto the brakes they come. Granadsteed makes the move. Does Jay get a cut back here? Did Steve manage to get enough of a good exit out of Stowe Corner? No, Jay does get him down towards Vale. On the outside, can Granadsteed go late on the brakes? He does throw it back up the inside. Big lock up there from Granadsteed. Overshoots the corner a little bit, goes deep, but I think he's going to get it stopped on the apex, and Granadsteed moves himself up into the lead. Can Jay keep it around the outside of Club Corner out onto the start finish straight? He has, you know, and Granadsteed's going to have to give him the space as they're coming over the line to start lap 11. 4 laps left to go. Jay's on the outside. Steve's going to have the inside. Oh, Jay just getting there around the outside there. No track limits. He kept the position pretty much due to going off the track there. Steve's not going to be happy about that, but Steve is back down the inside as Jay leaves him the space on the inside coming through Village. Oh, and Granadsteed just manages to squeeze his way around the outside, and now the Mutts Nuts is going to push Jay while he's down and knock him wide out of Chapel Curve, and Jay does hold on to that P2, uses the runoff to his advantage there. Falguest just watching this unfold. Falguest now looking to the inside of the Mutts Nuts and could be on for a P3, possibly even a P2 in this race, but Granadsteed has pulled off the move, which has so far got him the lead in this race, and could have been the overtake for the win on that previous lap that Granadsteed did on WSRCJ. Mutts Nuts still holding on here ahead of Falguest, as now Mutts Nuts is on the attack on WSRCJ coming into the Vale, still can't get it done. Falguest sat just behind this as the Mutts Nuts is looking to the inside of Jay, and Jay's wide, and can the Mutts Nuts do what he hasn't been able to do all evening and finally get ahead of WSRCJ? They're side by side. Oh, bit of contact there between the two of them. Oh, Jay has to get out of it there. Falguest is now going to be down the inside of Jay, up into 3rd place, and Jay losing out 3 positions in the space of just over a lap here as Falguest cuts over the grass there a little bit, and that's going to give Jay that position straight back. So Granadsteed has the lead with 2.5 laps left to go here at Silverstone International for the sprint race. Feature race will be coming up afterwards. It will be a slightly longer with a mandatory pit stop involved. Foul can't get it done on Jay at the moment though, and he's losing points to his championship rival. As it stands in this race, Granadsteed would gain 10 points on his championship rival. Could be absolutely crucial by the time we get to the end of the season. This man here has done everything right, hunted down WSRCJ, made the move on him. The Mutts Nuts followed him through shortly afterwards. Now Mutts Nuts is going to be looking at the back of Granadsteed and maybe sensing he could be on for a win here. By his own standards, Mutts Nuts has not had the best of seasons in these touring cars. A little bit wide there on the exit of Village as he gets a big bit of oversteer there. Almost knocks WSRCJ off his tracks, but just gets it stopped, and he's still there. He's still not fallen off the back of Granadsteed, but Jay there now really falling into the back clutches of Falguest. They're coming out onto the hangar straight. The Mutts Nuts though had a horrid run there coming through Chapel. That could give Jay the opportunity coming down towards Stowe Corner. Flash the lights there from Jay. Looking to the inside now. The Mutts Nuts is going to leave him that little gap on the inside, which Jay is going to go for. Commit sits down the inside in towards Stowe Corner and gets the move done, but can the Mutts Nuts get the cut back here and come back at him coming down towards Vale? He is going to get that cut back there. Around the outside goes the Mutts Nuts up into P2 again. Now Falguest looking around the outside of Jay, and he'll have the inside for Club. which will give him that third place. So Falguest onto the podium. Jay getting pushed out and pushed around here in the later stages of this race. Grandad Stee leads, and he's got a healthy gap to these three, the Mutsnuts, Falguest and Jay. And WSR CJ still all over the back of Falguest right now. Oh, it's Falguest offline. That will give Jay the opportunity. Up the inside he goes. Didn't need a second imitation there. Falguest is going to keep it on the inside though for Village, and gets it straight back. Nothing Jay could do about that there. Falguest back up into third place in this race. Jay though looking around the outside of Club Corner, trying to come back at Falguest if he can. Falguest leaving a little bit of a gap around the outside. Jay's not able to work the space though at this point. But Grandad Stee is going to come over the line to take the victory here in the sprint race. What a drive there from Stee. Hunted down WSL TJ and got the win. The Mutsnuts comes over in P2 with Falguest completing the podium. Jay finishes in 4th place. Lost a few positions there in the last few laps. ALTEL crosses the line to finish in 5th place. A good show from ALTEL tonight. Simon Turner in 6th with Swiss Tony 7th. Emo Guy crosses the line in 8th place. A good substitute appearance for him tonight. I'm sure he'll be coming on strong in the feature race. We have not seen the best of Emo Guy just yet. That will be to come. And Ozzy Albi completing the classification there in 9th place as a very late stand in for tonight. A good showing from him. I'm sure we'll be seeing a step up in the feature race from him as well. Ozzy Albi, Australian born, lived in England, and now apparently is from the USA. So a man of triple nationality there, Ozzy Albi. But we'll be back very shortly, guys, for the feature race. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Mate, I was gutted for you. Dropped back like a stone in then last couple of laps. You were getting pushed around like no one's business.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it as clean as possible because I don't want to get involved in Steve's and Falguest's championship fight.
Yeah, I get you.
I want to keep in with the battle. So, yeah, that was there was some good panel beatings there. It does show you can race real fair now.
That's the thing, it's hours close racing with these, like. You got a good workout.
Yeah, too right. Well, the thing is, I kept thinking, bargain, bringing the Mutsnuts is keeping you two off. I got a second gap there, and I thought, right, I'm going to go for it. And then I would cock up on one corner, and then suddenly all you three would be back on me again. I'm thinking,
that's the thing, you were one mistake and you fucked people.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what I said to Andy. I said, look, you might as well stream it because there's going to be some good racing on this.
Yeah, it was good, to be fair.
The Clio must be a good racing, like.
Yeah.
To be fair, despite the fact that there's only nine people racing, it was pretty action packed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, 10-minute quali.
And points should be coming down now, are there, Andy?
By 10 points. Oh mate, I've got to do the calculation now. I've got to figure it out. I've got to run the numbers in a second.
Sweat on trying to catch a pal.
I'm just going to work out used to because I'll just quickly work it out. So what was the gap 2 weeks ago? Fuck, I'll do it right now.
21 or something, wasn't it?
No, it was more than that. I'm sure, wasn't it?
Was it?
Sure, it was 21. Let's have a look. So last time I did it was oh fucking hell. Oh shit, no it wasn't. It was actually 3 weeks ago. Oh no, it was 2 weeks ago. No, hold on, wait. No, it was 3. No. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so it was 47, like 2 rounds ago. That was after, what was it? That was after, hold on. Yeah, that was after round 8. So what happened in round 9? Let's have a look.
Round 9 was like 2 wins off that one.
Yeah, that was Silverstone National.
Yeah.
Oh, Fal had to send me the results for that one because I dipped out by accident. Gee, I didn't realise it was that close. I haven't done the standings in ages, so I was thinking it was way more.
The nuts involved with me, we could really stir this shit up.
It could go either way though.
Pay us up. Who's gonna pay us? Big start.
Have you been known to miss your breaking point occasionally, Jay?
Saying that, I did actually hit Steve last week, going into the hairpin at the start. Well, I missed it.
That's inevitable. Anybody getting anyone in on it.
I only like hitting people on purpose, especially if pushing right.
When I spent on Buenos.
It's like when I got right, and I got that place up with you just a minute ago, I backed up a bit because I thought that's on top.
I think if you don't gain any advantage, then it shouldn't, there shouldn't be any kind of penalty.
Yeah, I gained a bit because I gained into no position, really, so that's why I backed up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's only fair. And that was it then. Friggin' Tweedledee, Tweedledum. There we go.
You did well to hold on for as long as you did. Oh, Falgas gets pole by 18 thousandths of a second. How close is that?
You little ass.
Anything can happen in the race. He's changed his livery between races. For God's sake. Oh, look at that, Grandad Steve goes to the top of the board there, 0.2 of a second clear. He's retaining the Argentina livery for this feature race. Yeah. Look at that, 1077. Jeez. Foul's not far off you though.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing wrong with you. Let's slow it out one.
I don't think I'm going. Look at that.
Here comes Grandesty over the line. What can he do? He's got 0.3 to find on the provisional pole sitter. Made big gains on Falgas. Could take the championship lead if he wins this second race of the night. Falgas to be looking to hold on to that lead. It was a big lead not too long ago, and it's now been side down to more or less nothing. Stee at the double 2 weeks ago at Silverstone National. Looking pretty strong here at Silverstone International. Silverstone obviously a strong circuit for him. Also outscored Falgas in last week's feature race. Fal does improve a little bit on that previous lap. Gets himself within 700ths of a second at WSRCJ. Emo guy just messaged me on Discord saying he's changing car, he can't drive the Megane anymore. Let's see what he's driving. Oh, look at that! What a patriot. That's brilliant. He's driving the Union Jack. The number 99 white BMW with the Union Jack. Emo guy. What a lad. He's drifting as well. Look at that emo guy. It's stylish, man. Falgas up towards the line. What can he do? Doesn't improve. Stays P2. WSRCJ is sat in the pits. I can't imagine that things are going to get much better for him whilst he's sat in there. Simon Turner's coming down towards Stowe Corner. He's currently P4 in this session. He's only half a second off for the fastest time. Let's see what he can put on the board here. He will have a bit of a tow from the Mutts Nuts, who I think he's just ahead of him here. But here comes the Mutts Nuts out of club corner now. He'll get one more lap in after this session. What can he do as he crosses over the line? It goes in P5 there. What about Simon Turner? Simon Turner doesn't improve. But the Mutts Nuts there, putting himself up there. Third row of the grid as it stands, alongside Airtel. Airtel's in the pits. So again, I can't imagine that things are going to be looking up for him much whilst he's sat in there. Swiss Tony likewise. Falgas is coming out of the last corner now, up towards the line. What does he do? Can't improve. Oh, and we've lost the driver. Somebody's left the session. I'm not sure who's left the session, but we have lost the driver. It was CMC. So we have unfortunately lost CMC from the session. What about Grandad Steve's 3/10 off of the provisional pole time? What can he do here? He's coming into the pits. This is not going to improve. The Nuts, the last driver out there who can realistically take pole position. Into Vale comes, bit of a lock up as he hits the brakes. Very aggressive there as he turns the car into club. Using all of that curve on the left hand side out onto the start finish straight now. What can the Nuts do? Can he get himself onto the front 2 rows? He does. P3 for the Nuts. Just misses out on a 107. The only drivers in the 107s, WSR, CJ and Falguest. What about Nicky driving in the Astra? Very bold choice when you've got a field full of McGanns. Negotiates Vale nicely out onto the start finish once again. What can Nicky put on the board here? He's currently 3.5 seconds off of the provisional pole time being set by Jay. And it's not a provisional pole time, it is the pole time. So WSRCJ takes pole 107.7, just under a tenth of a second ahead of Falguest. The Nuts and Granada Steel lining up on the second row with Simon Turner in 5th, followed by ALTEL. Then we've got Swiss Tony, Aussie Alvey, Nicky and Emo Guy will complete the classification for this grid for the feature race. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the feature race of the evening. Mandatory pit stop for this one. It's going to be a 21 lap race around Silverstone International. Probably take us around 25 minutes in terms of time, in terms of minutes. So that will be the amount of time that we'll have for this race. So we'll have Jay starting on pole position with Falguest alongside him on the front row. The Nuts and Grandad Steve will be looking to kick on, but Falguest, after losing a few points to his championship rival Grandad Steve in the first race, will be looking to make sure that he can maybe extend his gap here. Grandad Steve, if he wins this feature race, will be leading the championship going into the final round of the season, or at the minimum they'll be tied on points. So this is big. This is a big pivotal moment in the season for both of these two, and it'd be interesting to see how they handle the pressure. As here we go, we are just syncing up now, getting ready to go for round 11 feature race of the touring cars here at Motive, and it's lights out and away we go. Good start from Jay, gets away very nicely from pole as he did in the first race. Falguest there tucking in behind him there. You got the Nuts looking around the outside of Abbey, but Falguest is going to run him out and hold on to that for the time being. Couple of Monster Energy liveries going a bit wide there. Simon Turner and Emo Guy in the background there, as we can now see Emo Guy looking down the inside of Simon Turner. That was Ayatollah and Simon Turner, not Emo Guy, sorry, but Emo Guy there in the true patriotic BMW up into P7 on his first lap. Jay leads ahead of Falguest, the Nuts, Grandad Steve, Swiss Tony the top 5, then Ayatollah, Emo Guy, Simon Turner, Aussie Alby and Nicky running at the back here, jumping in as a late stand-in for this feature race. But we got WSR CJ leading us up down towards Stowe Corner. Falguest there just trying to keep tabs on him for the time being. The Nuts has got Grandad Steve looking to his inside in towards Stowe Corner. Grandad Steve can't make it happen for the time being. Swiss Tony keeping tabs with these top 5 at the moment, doing a decent job on this first lap. But WSR CJ looking to try and set the early pace and maybe try and break away from this pack. Mutt's a bit wide there coming out of the exit of Vale into Club, but gets away with that one. Oh, it's Emo Guy very wide there coming out of Club. Still holds on to P7 though. All in all, didn't really seem to cost him. But Jay still leads ahead of Falguest. These two separated by 0.4 of a second. Oh, Jay's a little bit wide there. Falguest looking to try and capitalise on any little mishaps from Jay. Trying to entice him into messing up and making mistakes so that then he can punish him for it. But at the moment he's in that slipstream and he's trying to get this toe. If he can make the move into Stowe Corner and get the lead, that would be very advantageous for Falguest. He looks to the outside into Stowe Corner, but Jay holding that inside line. Can Falguest get the cut back? He was trying to get that cut back and he's made it. He's executed it to perfection there. Gave Jay a little bit of a tap as he came through. Can Jay keep it on the inside for Vale Corner? I don't think he can. I think Falguest is going to be able to get this done up into the lead of the race. Breaks a little bit later. Bit of a lock up from Falguest, but he's up into the lead. And now it's advantage Falguest in this race, but he goes a little bit deep into Club, and Jay's going to be back down the inside as they come out onto the start-finish straight. They're side by side, coming over the line to complete lap 2. Falguest got a better run out of Club as he was on the outside, was able to carry more speed, and ultimately he's going to be just ahead, but Jay back down the inside for Abbey, and Falguest is going to now get pushed around here, has to take to the escape road there in order to avoid a crashing, and Jay just tags the nuts a little bit there, but Grandestee moving through up into 3rd place, and we see Tony almost lost the car there. Just about keeps onto it. He's running just ahead of ARTEL, running in 6th place. Ian Maguire a long way behind in P7. Simon Turner, Nicky and Ozzy Albi completing the classification right now, but it's Jay the Nuts Grandestee currently out in front of Falguest. Has lost a bit of time to them due to that little skirmish a moment ago. He's now just trying to keep Swiss Tony and ARTEL behind him for the time being, as here we see Grandestee looking to the inside, but the Nuts is going to send one down the inside. Can he make it stick? He's going to absolutely muscle Jay out of the way. Jay trying to cling on the outside there. I don't know how they didn't make contact there. Great racing from them two, and the Nuts just squeezes around the outside of Vale and takes the lead of the race here. Can Jay get the cutback? I don't think he's going to be able to. You get a much better run from taking the outside line coming through Club Corner, so the Nuts will carry more speed onto the start-finish straight and we'll hold on to that for the time being, but Grandestee queuing up behind Jay at the moment. Falguest and Swiss Tony very close. Swiss Tony for driving a very good race here in this feature race. I don't think Swiss Tony's ever taken a win here at Motive, so maybe he might want to change that tonight. He's right in contention here. See the Nuts a bit deep there coming through Village, but Jay's going to look to try and get this run coming out of Chapel. If he can get a good run onto the hangar straight, he might have a chance, but no, he wasn't able to because he got caught up right behind the Nuts there, as the Nuts just wave it around a little bit on the exit of the corner, and Jay nowhere to go in that instance. Grandestee has now got Falguest alongside him, but Grandestee looking to try and make this move around the outside of Falguest into Stowe Corner. Falguest is going to hold that inside line. Can Stee make this go around the long way here? No, he's not going to be able to do that, I don't think. Falguest is going to be too alert and alive to that one. He knows what's going on. He's not going to fall for that again. But Swiss Tony running in 5th place just ahead of ARTEL. Bit of a lock up there from ARTEL in the Monster Energy livery. The Nuts still keeping on to this one ahead of Jay. And Fowl now looking to try and defend from Grandestee, but Steve's got the inside. But once again, we see this time and time again, having that outside run coming through Club really does help you out enormously. You carry so much more speed out onto the straight, and we're seeing it every single time. Seems like you can really lose a lot of time by being on the inside coming through Club Corner. But Nuts leads the race by half a second at the moment ahead of Jay. These two pretty close. Falguest is just 3/10 off the back of Jay, but has got Grandestee pressuring him. Grandestee though had a bit of a mistake there coming out onto the hangar straight. That will have just delayed his charge a little bit here. He's still there or thereabouts. Swiss Tony and ARTEL very close behind now. Great to see Swiss Tony and ARTEL. We're very much in the thick of this battle here. But Jay looking to the outside of the Nuts. He's keeping on to that one for the time being. Falguest looks like he's going to capitalise on Jay, as Jay got ever so offline there coming through Stowe Corner. And there goes Jay, so he does hold on to that P2 there. Falguest I thought had that one done, but he doesn't quite get it sorted. These 4 guys coming out of the last corner over the line to complete their 5th laps of the race. Oh, almost a bit of contact there between Swiss Tony and ARTL as they just rubbed doors a little bit there, getting a bit too up close and personal, and ARTL slotting in for the time being. But these 6 cars battling out for the lead of the race. The Nuts currently got a slender lead to Granada Steve, but Granada Steve's really made progress over the last lap or so. He's got himself ahead of Foul and Jay, and Jay's lost out to Foulguest now up towards Stowe, but the Nuts still keeping on to this lead. Granada Stedo looking to try and make it the double tonight, and if he wins this race he will be at least tied on points with Foulguest, but if Foulguest doesn't come second, Granada Steve will be leading the championship going into the final round of the season. As in comes the Nuts. The Nuts is boxing at the end of lap 5, the first of the lead runners to come into the pits and make his mandatory pit stop, so he's getting it done and out of the way nice and early, so he doesn't have to worry about it later on, so he doesn't have to worry and stress and get himself all worked up about what's to come and what might be happening in the future. He just can get it done and out of the way, and then it's done, and then he doesn't have to worry about it after that. But Granada Steve leads the race by oh, as we see, oh my goodness me, look at that, with Swiss Tony having a big slide there through Village and almost loses out to ARTL. ARTL getting a nice run here up towards Chapel. Can he maybe capitalise on Swiss Tony's little bit of a mistake there? See, they come out onto the hangar straight. Oh, he's ever so wide there. Oh my goodness. Swiss Tony there really taking an adventurous line. I think that's the word for it. Coming out onto the hangar straight. What can ARTL do here? Bonnet cam on ARTL looking down the inside. He's going to make this move here. Can Swiss try and get the cutback coming out of Stowe? Yes, he does. Look at this. Great racing here from Swiss Tony on the run up towards Vale, and he's coming into the pits. Okay. Foulguest still on the back of Granada Steve and Jay at the moment. For a second now I was really confused, because when Swiss Tony came into the pits he briefly took the lead on the screen, and that just really bamboozled me. I was like, what? Also, did I just trip, or did my voice just crack like a teenager there? I don't know what that was. Anyway, Granada Steve still has this lead, but Jay and Foulguest pressurising him here quite a bit. As Swiss Tony, Emo Guy, Nicky, Aussie Albie and the Nuts all into the pits. The Nuts has been into his box and is off and on his way once again. But we're on the bonnet of Foulguest at the moment, the man who has the championship lead for now. But could that all change after tonight? So we see JM look to the inside into Vale, can't do anything about Granada Steve's lead at this point. Oh, Granada Steve very wide there coming through Village, and now WSL TJ might have a chance. Once again tucks it. Oh, he's going to go for it. Oh my goodness me. That was incredibly close there between the two of them. Foulguest now might get a run on Jay. He's going to get a good run here coming down the hangar straight. Jay got a bit of a compromised exit, and Granada Steve weaving all over the gaff there as they come down towards Stowe. Foulguest has got a great slipstream here. I think Foulguest there got caught up a little bit there because he was indecisive about whether to try around the outside or go for the cutback, and in the end did neither. But Granada Steve and Foulguest both in the pits at the end of lap 9, so that's going to give Jay a chance to really get the hammer down and show what he can do here. Now we might be able to see the best of WSRCJ. Now he hasn't got that pressure from behind. Now he hasn't got to worry about the chasing pack, waiting and watching and hoping to capitalise on his every move. Maybe he might now start to have some success here in this race. So we see Grandad Steve there coming to the end of the pit lane. Foulguest also just coming off the limiter now. So Grandad Steve seems to have got the pit stop cheat there. Seems to have pulled off an absolute blinder in the pit box. Foulguest Gets a very bog standard pit, and he's now a little way off behind Granada C. Nuts has come out a long way ahead of Falguest as well, so that kind of couldn't have gone much worse for Falguest. I suppose it could have gone a bit worse. He could have had to undergo major damage repairs, but you know, as far as pit stops go, not the best there for Falguest. So Grandad C now with the advantage. If the race, actually no, I'm not going to say that now. I'll say it in about 30 seconds. As we see WSLCJ and ARTL both into the pits at the end of lap 10, so that means that all of the front runners have now been in and done their pit stop and got it done and out of the way. As we see Grandad C here coming out of the final corner, about to take the lead of the race. He's got about a 2-second lead over the Nuts at the moment. So Grandad C, your leader, ahead of the Nuts. They jump WSLCJ in the pit stops. ASL comes out a little way behind. I just pressed the button on the TV. Why is it turning off? Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. My TV just decided to turn off, even though I did press the button. Well, I did everything it asked. What else does it want? But Grandad C leading this race by just under 2 seconds at the moment over the Nuts. The Nuts keeping him on his toes at the moment. He's got a bit of a gap back to the J. He's got about 3.5 seconds to him at this point. Falguest there sat in 4th place at the moment, just under 5 seconds off of the race leader Grandad C. Swiss Tony a further 2.5 seconds back. Swiss Tony and ARTL really have lost out in these pit stops though. Seems like their little stop in the pits were the major undoing of the success throughout this race. When you're in a race, when you're trying to make something of your evening, with we're trying to get as high up in the races as you can, have as much success as possible, the long pit stops really are a major inconvenience, and you really must do everything that you can to avoid them from happening. And obviously, if they're going to cause a major disturbance to your life, then you just got to take action to ensure that you don't end up spending a load of time in the pits. But Grandad C leads this race by just under 3 seconds at the moment. The Nuts, WSLCJ and Falguest running pretty close here. Only 2 seconds separating these three guys at this point. The Nuts has picked up a penalty for cheating, speeding in the pit lane. But WSLCJ pretty close on the back of him at the moment. Falguest there running in 4th place. Swiss Tony's picked up a penalty, so is Simon Turner. He's picked up a time penalty as well. Aussie Al, he's got a time penalty. I think they must all be pit lane, because I'm sure that I left track limits off. No, I must have. Yeah, they are all pit lane. Yep. So Grandad C still leading this race at the moment. He's got just over 3 seconds to the Nuts. WSLCJ still putting the pressure on the Nuts, trying to find a way through if he can. As it stands in this race though, Grandad C would be leading the championship going into the final round of the season. This is a huge day in the points for Grandad C. Neither Grandad C nor Falguest has won a championship here at Motive. It would be their first championship. Falguest has finished runner-up in the GTEs before. I think Grandad C's had a couple of top 3s in the Clios and the touring cars in the early days of Motive, so they both know what it's like to stand on the podium at the end of the season, but neither of them knows what it's like to stand at the top step, taking all the plaudits and having your name etched on the roll of honour as the champion. But the Nuts still keeping Jay and Falguest at bay, but they're really coming for him at the moment, probing and pushing and trying to tempt him into making a mistake, trying to force his hand and make him do something that he'll regret. As here they go, They're really hassling him. Look at this. They're harassing him. As we see there, Falguest looking down the inside into Stowe, but the Mutt's holding around the outside there. Jay's going to lose out, I think, to Falguest. He just keeps it around the outside there. He'll have the inside for Vale. Oh, Jay just squeezes him out. Bit of a tap there on the side of Falguest's car. And just gets himself back onto third place there by the skin of his teeth. While all this is happening though, Granadsteed is just driving off. He's ridden off into the sunset with this feature race. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop him. As we see Jay and Falguest very wide there coming out of the... Oh my goodness me! From Swiss Tony. Oh, Jesus Christ. As I just saw him wipe out some cones there in the background. Let's go back to these guys. Mutt's Nuts, Jay and Falguest coming into Stowe Corner right now. Falguest still can't get it done on Jay at the moment. But Jay's going to just defend that inside line. Coming down towards Vale. Oh, Falguest all over the grass there. Ever so close there to losing the car. So now come over the line to start lap 16. 6 laps left to go. Swiss Tony very wide out of the last corner there. As the Mutt's Nuts has to take the straight road here because he missed the corner a little bit, but gets away with it scot-free. Wonder if karma might come his way for that one. But the Mutt's Nuts anyway still sat in second place. Jay looking down the inside. Oh, he's going to go for that gap. I think actually the Mutt's Nuts may have given it back to him there. Oh, he's going to give him a bit of a tap on the side. Oh, Falguest now is going to capitalise. Looking to the outside in towards Vale. Can he get it all the way around the outside of the Mutt's Nuts here? No, Mutt's Nuts is going to defend that one. Outbreaks him on the inside and keeps on to that third place for the time being. As Falguest looking down the inside of Abby. Oh my goodness me! A bit of contact there between Mutt's Nuts and Falguest. Now Mutt's Nuts once again completely misses the corner. And I tell you what, that'll be a penalty for that one, because that was blatant. Little tip, don't do that when the camera's on you. Jay, man, you can't do that. No, 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 cut that shit out. Sort it out, boys. Come on.
Mate, I didn't go across it.
Alright, calm it down, boys. Calm it down, alright? Falguest though getting up into P2. So with Granadsteed leading the race and Falguest in second, that would mean that they'll be tied on points going into the deciding round next week. However, that completely disregards the fastest lap points, of which we're unsure what the actual score is with that. Granadsteed coming out of club corner, about to start lap 19. Looks like he's going to make it the double here tonight. He made it. He seems to love Silverstone. He took the double a couple of weeks ago on the national configuration, and here in the international configuration, he's absolutely killed it out here tonight as well. Lapping in the 108s consistently. Falgues last time around was a fraction quicker than Granadsteed. When I say a fraction, I don't mean a fraction of a second. I mean a fraction of a tenth of a second. It's incredibly close between these two at the moment. As we see the nuts there, running just ahead of WSRCJ at this particular moment in time. Swiss Tony here, very much looming large on the horizon, and could maybe possibly ever so slightly potentially be in with a chance of getting himself into third place here. As we see Ayatol very wide there coming out of Chapel. Down towards Stowe we come here for the 19th time here in this race. Now Jay is looking to the outside of the nuts. These two have had a bit of a ding dong over the course of this one. Let's hope they can keep each other. Let's hope they can keep their hands to themselves and not be all over each other. Or not be all over each other. You see the nuts massively cheating there through that part of the track. And what I'll ultimately have to do now, I'll have to look at the timings and I'll see if he's gained an advantage by doing that. And if he hasn't gained an advantage, then obviously there'll have to be no penalty, because you can't penalise someone for doing something if they haven't gained anything from it. It's just stupid, isn't it, really? But like, we'll have to have a look. If his lap times are quicker when he does that, then there'll obviously be a penalty coming his way. If he doesn't make any gain from it, then there won't be a penalty, you know. But Granadsteed coming over the line, he's got a 6-second lead over Falgues at the moment. Just under that, actually now 5.7 seconds as he did a 109.7. Falgues, I think on this particular lap, is going to have got a little bit quicker than Stee. Yeah, he does a 109.1, so he gains 6/10 on that lap. But Granadsteed just bringing this one home now. He knows he's got this one in the bag. He knows he's on the verge of taking a double here tonight at Silverstone International. Just needs to bring this home. As Granadsteed coming down the hanger straight for the final time. The Nuts looks like he's going to win out in his battle for the final podium spot. WSRCJ in hot pursuit with Swiss Tony close in contention. I think this is actually going to be the battle for the podium spots now, because the Nuts has got a penalty. So this is going to be down to between these two, between Jay and Swiss Tony. It's going to be between these two for the podium spots. Oh, Swiss Tony's got a penalty as well. So Jay's going to get the podium spot. In the meantime, let's cut to Granadsteed. He's coming out of club corner for the final time. Granadsteed is going to take the championship lead here at Silverstone International. He's going to tie the championship lead with Falgues. These two championship contenders are level on points going into the final round. Falgues comes over to take a second place. The Nuts takes third on the track, but he'll drop down the field to fourth place. WSRCJ takes third ahead of the Nuts and Swiss Tony. I think Ayatol might get fourth here, you know. Yes, he does. He jumps the Nuts and Swiss Tony there. Ayatol takes fourth place here in this race. Simon Turner comes over the line, and it's going to be a seventh place finish here for Simon Turner. Had a bit of a quiet race, to be honest with you, but he had good pace. Was matching the leaders at the end there, so Simon really did eat the best out of that Monster Energy livery McGann. As we see Aussie Albie Nicky battling it out all the way to the flag. 8th and 9th places here as they're now coming up towards the line, and it's a flash of lights there from Nicky as they come over to complete the race. Good racing from you two. Thank you very much for jumping in tonight as well, to the both of you.
He said the Ashes track on some wicked racing was the other way right now. I know it won't be quick, but it was wicked.
I think maybe we should ban them again. I mean, the McGann is like really good racing now, that's the thing. It's such good racing. Like I love being able to watch it. It's always exciting to watch with the McGann. What were you doing between turn 1 and 2? You kept cutting that corner massively. You were cheating every lap. But you were gaining an advantage. You were keeping it floored all the way through.
Mate, when you overtook me on that corner, when you come out the corner, you should have let me through. And then down the street, you moved over and you took me out. You know, that's up there,
May have to bring track limit penalties back, boys.
yeah, I think you might have to, mate. It's just...
I won't, but I might. I'm not going to, but if it happens again, I might have to, you know. Yeah, we'll let this one go, but it mustn't happen again. Yeah, on this occasion it's fine. We'll let you have that one, but like next time. No, it was good racing, to be fair. You and Jay had a good battle. You two had a good battle. I quite enjoyed watching your battle though. You two had a good battle.
That's racing, mate. But cutting corners and then not giving back, that's bang out of order.
Did you get your possession?
Yeah, after you took me out on the straight.
Your possession?
I ain't bothering that, Max. You're just a cheat, full stop.
Oh, no, to be fair, mate. No. He's all right. Look. He might have cut corners in that race, and but he doesn't usually. You know, he's out of character. I think you should let him off. Just leave it. It's fine. Look, it's not. He doesn't usually. Not usually like that. It's fine. It's all right. Look, just if he does it again, then it's a problem. But we'll let this one go. Yeah. No, next time there'll be other problems, but let's just leave it this time. All right. Tension's boiled over. It's alright though.